Answer my question. Why do you want to convince him to leave?
Because he's not philosophically versed.
What do you think will happen if he continues the conversation?
He's not philosophically versed.
No, what do you think will happen if he continues?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Is that scary for you?
What?
It's okay. Let him have the convo. If you believe in this that I'm telling you right here, as we just agreed on, that is something that is not believed in any of those three schools in Sunnism. You can't be Sunni.
So what is your view? Yeah.
Oh, so I'm a classical theist. So what that means is the things that we say about God are God in himself. So when we say, for example, that Allah, not Allah, because we don't believe in Allah. When we say that
attribute is identical to God
yeah,
himself.
when we say that God is good, right? God, we believe God is goodness itself. So they're not parts of Allah, they're literally the whole of what God is. Now this is important. In relation to us, we are able to apprehend these different things about God because they are virtually distinct. So because of the eminent simplicity of God, we cannot...
you can argue that's a higher level of unity than...
No, I'm asking.
I'm arguing for you.
Yeah, because of the eminent simplicity of God, God himself cannot be understood as simple because we're composite and divisible. So when God displays himself into the world, because of that simplicity, it causes real things that we can understand about God as distinct.
Think about it this way. When you have a prism, when white light passes through a prism,
you
see it coming out as multiple colours.
I was trying
the white light can represent God's simple nature, and the colours that come out is how we as humans comprehend them as virtually.
But it's because of the white. But it's because of the white. No, but here's the issue. Yeah, but the problem is mercy actually does exist.
Yeah.
Right. So that's not just your comprehension; it's the thing that actually exists.
But those rainbow colours actually exist as part of the one.
No, it's not. In the white light itself, redness is not in the white light as much as it is in the white light upon the conception of it.
Outside the visible light spectrum.
Yeah.
How many person is in this group now? Look, can I hear the number?
Huh?
Can I hear the number? How many person? 1, 2, 5. We are 5 person here, yeah? No one disagree with this. I think that anything people are thinking about or talking about or not sure about is not true. Everyone think he's right. So
what was your argument about
What
was your argument about red light and white light?
So obviously, red light is not part of white light. Red light is just going to be a refraction of it. Right. But it's because of what white light is in itself that it gives the ability for refraction to take place. So white light in itself is just one thing. But upon passing through the prism, you get these different understandings of that white light, which is green, red, yellow, blue, and orange. In itself, there is no purple light or red light. It is just the white.
Okay, and that proves what?
That proves my position that they're not metaphysical parts.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
No, but just in general,
we're saying that their God is finite metaphysically. That was the whole point.
You made us say it. We didn't.
I did make you say it.
We gave you deductive argumentation.
Okay, and then we carried on.
And then you heard my view. And then you heard my view.
Okay, maybe with you attributes.
Yeah, and then you heard my view, and then it was done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay.
So then that means
it's a way to reconceptualize the 99.
So our view
wait.
is God is not composite.
So then that means okay. So here today, so you're a Sunni, yes? Do you know your Aqidah maybe?
Tiny bit.
Tiny bit.
I know what to look up.
What's your
Hanafi if I want to.
No, that's your madhab. I'm asking your Aqidah. You know, Ashari, Maturidi, Athari, maybe we don't know.
I guess.
Okay. In order to accept my position, you need to accept divine simplicity.
Yeah.
Do you accept divine simplicity?
Yeah.
Then you're not an
what you
Athari
said
anymore.
makes sense.
Then you can't be Sunni.
But you
Sunni.
say your position.
So all Sunnis reject divine
attribute
simplicity.
is identical to God
Allah.
himself.
Yeah.
There's no real distinction.
But hold on.
You can say that words are labels, and that's just a label.
But here's the thing. In order for you to
that's
do
just
that,
a way label to view one thing.
But the problem is,
you can only view it through a lens.
Hold on.
Brother, I don't think you should be having this discussion.
In order for you to do that, let's finish it. In order for hold on, don't take him away. Whoa, don't take him away because we're just about to see.
Hold on.
No, I was still speaking. Please.
Can I please speak to him?
No, because I'm speaking to him.
All right.
Thank you. Look, in order for you to believe that position, because I have to be completely honest with you, in order for you to believe that position, you can't be Sunni. That's what he's trying to tell you. You can't be Sunni.
No, that's not what I'm telling you.
Can you believe in divine simplicity without being a Sunni?
Hold on.
Okay.
You don't tell him what I'm telling him.
Okay,
right?
sure.
I can't tell him what I want
Fine.
to tell him, right?
But am I lying about
Can
this?
I speak to him?
Oh, wait, I just want to ask you something. Am I lying about what I said?
I'll answer you in a bit.
Am I lying about what I said?
I'll answer you in a bit.
In a bit. You want to take him away from the convo.
No, I don't want to take him away from.
So he's going to stay after you finish, right?
if he wants.
If he wants to, because you want to convince him to leave.
No, I'm not gonna.
Be honest, you want to convince him to leave, yes?
No, I'm
Then
not
you're not going to talk to him.
No, I'm not gonna go.
What did you want to say to him?
Bro, whether I talk to
you
him
can
or
just
don't,
say it out loud now.
Just say out now what you wanted to say.
Say now what you
He's
want
going to say, I don't think he should have this conversation because he wants to take him away from understanding truth. So you want to convince him to leave. All right.
It's okay if you don't think you.
He's correct that you shouldn't be engaged in the conversation at all, but because he has engaged, he has a right to understand truth.
No, he has. If he wants, he
So
can.
why do you want to convince him to leave?
No,
You did
Answer my
not
question.
no.
No.
Yeah, you are using a very
There's no
cheap
cheap
tactic.
tactic.
You know
Logic
why?
and
You know why? Because I'm telling him.
Answer my question. Why do you want to convince him to leave?
Because he's not philosophically versed.
What do you think will happen if he continues the conversation?
He's not philosophically
No,
versed.
what do
He's
you
not-
think will happen if he continues?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Is that scary for you?
What?
Is that scary
No,
that
it's
you
not
don't know
scary
what will
for me.
happen?
It's
That's
not
fine.
good. It's not good
So
for
then
him.
let me continue. Why is it not good for him?
You can continue.
All right, I'm going to continue.
Go ahead.
It's all right.
Please.
Cool, so stay there and I'm going to continue.
If you want.
Here's what I'm going to say
reasons for
to
being
you.
a Muslim.
Hold on. Here's what I will say.
Deeper than this.
If you believe, hold on. If you believe in divine simplicity specifically, you can't hold to those main three
What's divine
schools.
simplicity?
The thing that we just said.
Yes.
So that his attributes
There-
Are
are
identical
there's
to
no real
him.
distinction between God's attributes. That He's identical to His
and the way of
attributes.
putting and the way of formulating that is
Yeah.
that
That's a
he-
trap.
You're not talking anymore.
Like, as an analogy,
trap.
like
You're
a
not
light,
talking anymore.
and you're
That's a
viewing
trap.
through
That's fine.
a coloured lens.
That's a trap.
A trap for what?
That's a trap.
A trap for what? Honesty, truth.
Bro.
You don't want him to have this
I know.
conversation.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
You
I'm
don't
trying
want
to
him to have the
clarify his
convo. Let him have the
trying to
convo.
clarify
It's
his
okay. Let him have the convo. If you believe in this that I'm telling you right here, as we just agreed on, that is something that is not believed in any of those three schools in Sunnism. You can't be Sunni.
Yeah, I'm not going to say God is goodness. God is mercy, and just mercy itself. And God consists of mercy itself. That's Him.
No, those things in
Like-
relation
like
to
that's
God
something
are
you
God.
say.
They're identical to God. Yes, but you don't believe.
Oh, now
that.
you're the one doing the asterisks and stuff. when I
That's
say
not
it.
Asherite position. The Asherite position is
No,
that
I
they're
said
really distinct.
asterisks. Now you're
Oh,
the
asterisk.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like when I qualify my
I'm
position?
literally saying your own thing.
I know,
again,
I
and
repeated
now
to
you're
you.
saying, but,
No, I'm repeating to you what I actually said. You take part of what I say and then kind of say the spin on it. I'm not saying that you change my
It's
words.
your
You-
spin.
No, it's not my spin. It's your spin because you're just remembering what
You-
you think I said, and I'm just telling what I actually said.
You were saying that the concept of mercy itself is God.
The concept of mercy. No, the
Mercy
idea.
itself is God.
The
The idea of
idea.
God.
The
Mercy
idea.
itself is
No, the
God.
idea of mercy in itself is something that has come down to us. But mercy in itself,
Mercy in itself
in
is
relation
the whole
to
of
God,
God. No
is the whole
relation.
of God. Yes. Yeah, exactly. But
Yeah,
mercy
so no
itself is
relation
identical to God.
Except identity.
Yeah, that's
But
fine.
if you deny
But
that,
if you
then
deny
there's
that you can't be,
composition in
if
God.
you deny
believe
that,
he
then
has
you have the
power.
whole composition that you just conceded to. But if you accept that you can't be Sunni,
But they accept composition, so chat to them. I'm tapping out now.
you're tapping out. It's all right. Have a nice day.
Alright.
Thanks for tapping out, man.
And chat to them though, chat to them.
That's to them though. He backed away immediately.
Chat to them about historical
He
stuff.
he backed away immediately.
Because that's within Muslims. That's Ash'ari, Maturidi, Jahmid.
Yeah.
Muslims debate.
No,
that.
okay. Which view in the Sunni schools of thought, which one can accept divine simplicity?
Look, he said something good. Does the God of the Bible not have mercy? Does the God of the Bible not have a wrath and
So
jealousy?
these are things predicated of God, yes.
Yeah.
But in relation to God, they're identical.
Yeah. God is mercy.
God is mercy itself.
God is
And so
love.
God is jealousy.
Because mercy is love.
So God is jealousy.
We don't understand jealousy in that way. If you ask me my definition of jealousy in relation to God, I'll tell you.
Tell me, yeah.
Right, good. So,
The jealousy we think of.
it's not the jealousy we think of in any sense.
Some say it's a mistranslation anyway.
Yeah.
It means that he just does. He's zealous. He's overzealous.
Yeah, which
Which
is just justice, which is literally just
He just
justice.
doesn't want you to follow after idols.
Which is justice, which is not jealousy. We don't say God has wrath. Yeah, we say God has justice because there is a belief in Christianity known as simply by His justice. Now, this is very important. Now, in English translations, we will translate that as wrath to have the emotional story connecting with the reader. But God doesn't actually in Himself have anger. This is very important. When we say that God has wrath, that is simply just meaning that God has justice. Wrath isn't actually a thing in God. There is a Christian belief known as...
Christians disagree with you.
Huh?
Look, in the Bible it says God has an
The same-
abounding of mercy. He has a lot of mercy.
Yeah.
So that's not infinite amount of mercy.
But
He's saying
that's
he has a lot
hold
of
on.
mercy. It's
That's not a superfluous. Hold on, that's known as superfluous language. In a sentence, you have to have predicates and then you have subjects. For example, I have strength.
So what does that
Now-
mean if God is abounding in mercy?
In the Bible, it says God.
You're
is
talking
not
about,
God of
hold on.
confusion. So
But
why would
you're
you
talking,
use
hold
that
on.
to confuse people?
When did I ever reference the Quran specifically when I was talking with your conception? I allowed you to define what you meant by your own terms, yes? You have to let me do the same. The way that we read the Bible is important. You're not just talking about the words on the page. Oh, sorry. The words on the page is not what's important. It's how those words on the page are understood. When we say that God has love, it's actually that He is love. We understand it in that sense. There's a belief.
But that's your opinion then.
There's a belief. It's not just my opinion.
It's all Christians.
It is the
What the
opinion.
doctors of the church
It is the
say,
belief of the doctors of the church that in the essence of God, these things are not distinct. In the essence of God. Now, yes, sir. Now, with that being gone,
Or like prison.
I did.
Okay,
That's my topic.
So you said
I've got one question
it's,
for you.
Okay, we got like so much stuff.
So you said it's
You know?
kind of similar to
Yeah.
viewing through a prism. So let's say God is
Give me a
the
second. I
light.
need to spit out my gum. Hold on. Give me a second. Don't film me. Don't film me. I'm spitting out my gum. Don't film me. Okay. Some of us need to keep our breath smelling fresh because of the thing under the mask. You know what I'm saying? My breath stinks. What?
Why are you asking anyway?
But with the
Everyone's
thing,
done.
but with the thing being said, I was trying to say.
Let me finish. So
I'm trying to get this
So let's say
doctrine
God's
thing.
love. That's like view one part on. Or
It's
viewing
identical
through a
to-
prism. Whatever your
Yeah.
conception of the prism analogy is.
Yeah.
Can we say it's like a color? A color.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. So your claim is.
But
God
redness
is
isn't
purple.
in
Yeah,
whiteness.
it represents a
God
virtual
is
distinction,
But his
not a real
it
one.
represents something known as a virtual distinction. So
If we're
redness.
taking the analogy
If
there,
we
you're
take the, if
saying
we take the
God's
analogy,
mercy
I'm trying to take the
is
analogy
the same
with
as
you.
saying God is purple itself.
This is the issue.
not the light itself.
What? No. So
It's your prism
here's
analogy.
here's the thing that I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do the prism analogy. You gotta let me finish.
Okay, yeah, let's hear
Because
that.
you tried to ask a question, and you tried to answer, then you tried to ask a question, and he's still here, which is great. Now here's my issue. When you say the prism analogy again with the white light, is purpleness inside the light?
Okay, yeah.
No, it's not.
It's a wavelength.
No, it's just white light. There's no
Why-
different wavelengths in the white light. When you
I
when you
don't know the
separate,
science.
yeah.
I thought I knew.
For example,
Too deep for me. Wavelengths.
no. This is basic. This is Jesus.
It's packets of
This is
photons or something.
this is
It is in
GCSE
packets.
science. This is GCSE science,
Yeah,
right?
it's
GCSE
packets
physics.
of photons or something.
The way that what happens is
we're
light
getting
has
too into
hold on.
that analogy.
Light has one frequency. All right, white light has one frequency. When you take a color filter, you change the frequency of the light.
Okay.
But that's because the white light has the ability to change its frequency.
Okay.
So with God, because God is absolutely simple in its essence.
Yeah, innit? The physics is waffle.
You're saying that's untrue. Why is it untrue?
That's
Why is it untrue?
Double slit experiment everything.
Why is it untrue?
Because white light doesn't have.
Why is it untrue?
Because white light
Doesn't
on
have
its own
one
doesn't have the
wavelength.
ability to change
It's
the wave.
It's
What?
a composite.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hold on. Wait. When you take, hold on.
It doesn't have the ability.
Because I'm talking with him now. No, listen.
Yeah.
It's not white.
So
one
white
Light
light,
contain the light for all colours.
no, it contains the ability to understand all colors. Yes. It doesn't actually have all colors in it. Now,
say that
here's the
word.
issue.
White light is a combination of
Of all colors in the color spectrum.
Christians, man.
You're literally going on AM and H, bro. You're just going on AM and H to do this.
Hold on.
You can go. Look.
Yeah,
Hold
you
on.
said
Hold
something.
on.
You just said something, right? White light has the ability to change its wavelength.
Yes.
What's the wavelength of
How?
light in hertz?
By color
There is no-
filters.
So you're telling me
By
there's
its
a white light
interaction.
that just chooses to
Hold
be-
on.
to be
By its
purple.
no. It's
It
by
doesn't
the.
happen like that.
Do you want me to answer your question? Do you want me to answer your
Let's
question?
accept your physics.
Hold on.
Let's accept your physics and carry
In
on.
order to no. It's not accepting my physics. But here's it. So you just want to AM and H, right? Now, could you pull up some scientific sources where it talks about light frequency? Because
Bro, pull
light.
up
Hold on.
Isaac
Light
Pull
is
up
a.
CGP.
Hold on. No. Light is a wave.
Science learning hub.
No, bro. Get an actual scholar, like an actual peer-reviewed trial, right? Now here's the thing.
Pull up Richard Feynman.
Yes.
Heisenberg.
I'm not appealing to authority. I'm appealing to
Well,
how
it
the
seems like
scientific.
you are.
I'm appealing to how the scientific process works.
What's the
What is
wavelength
it?
of light in hertz?
What in
Why
hertz?
is light
I don't
on
know
one
the
wavelength?
I don't know the
It's a
exact
composite.
wavelength of light. No, it's a wave and a particle. We understand, but the issue is this: what light itself can be understood as a wave, correct? It travels in waves.
I
Now,
took your physics. They kind of.
I know. When
The
you
physics
take
is wrong, but
when
let's
you
take
take a color filter, what happens to the light?
Okay. Oh.
Let's say it changes wavelength.
No, it goes through the color filter.
Color filter,
A
not on
color
its own.
filter, right?
Yeah.
It changes
So a
through the
different
color
agent.
filter.
Depending on the filter.
So an agent that changes.
So the thing that happens when we understand God,
The
when
agent could
God,
be your perception.
the agent is going to be the prism of creation itself, multiplicity itself. So when God interacts with the world, there are these multiplex
Okay.
things that we
So-
understand
so-
about
so-
Him,
so
which is
what
what
you
you were
saying-
trying to say. It's not that there's literally this thing inside known as purple and this literally thing inside known as red, and they're just kind of part of Him. No, we're saying that when it passes through a certain prism, it can be understood in this way. I'll give you an
Passes through
example.
A certain prism, is different from when it passes through a different prism.
Yeah. So when you have, for
And so when it passes through one prism,
it can be understood in one way. Yes. Now
so it can be understood as purple or red.
Or red,
depending
yes.
on the prism.
Depending on the prism.
So
Now,
why would you say the white light is purple?
what? I never said the white light is purple. I said in relation
Because
to
I'm
the
taking
light.
your analogy.
Yeah, in relation to the white light itself, there isn't going to be a distinction
So in
between
relation
white
to
and
God,
red.
God is love.
There's no distinction between love and justice,
there's no
for
real
example.
distinction.
There's no distinction
There's no
between them
distinction between
in
purple
God.
What we're saying,
and white.
okay, what we're saying
So
is
in the white,
virtual
hold on, in the white, you can understand white light as a combination of all those wavelengths. However, in the white light itself, there's no distinction between
I'm just
the
trying to
red
understand your
wavelength
analogy.
and then the purple wavelength. Now, I'm trying to give you an analogy from the Bible so you can understand what I'm saying.
I know.
So, when the Jews got cut off from salvation,
Okay, you can say they're the same in nature. I'm granting that.
When the
Let's say even at the
Jews,
surface level, just words, we see it as different. That's why we put the
Now,
word
this is-
purple and the word red.
that's fine.
If the metaphor breaks down, his point is still not disproven. Is the metaphor breaking down, or is it
No,
stable?
it's
No, it's
breaking.
okay.
Yeah,
No,
it is
this,
metaphor,
no, this,
so
here's the
like,
thing.
we can stick
This
to
is
what
the
we
issue.
did.
Hold on.
I'm Christian. I'm on their side. I'm just saying. I feel like they're not understanding.
Well, you said
What are you saying, man?
Wait, is that? It's side. It's side. Oh my days, side.
I've been trying to see because you man will talk about physics.
Yeah. Sorry, as I was saying before.
You might need to dumb it down, bro.
Yeah. I'm gonna try.
Can I ask you a question?
We're trying
I'm
to
gonna
argue is, does God have love?
Or is he love?
God love?
Yeah.
And we're using lenses.
He is love.
He is love, right?
We use the lens.
Now,
He is
let's
love.
look at the definition of justice, for example. It's just love applied differently. So love and justice in God are the same. The same way with happiness in God or satisfaction. Satisfaction is willing the good for someone else. Sorry, love is willing the good for someone else. Satisfaction is appealing for the good. It's wanting that good. So they're the same again. All these different things in God are going to be ultimately love, which is God. Now, what I want to say to you is that we can understand these different aspects of God when revealed into creation. For example, when in the book of, when we already went from the argument, when we in the book of Romans, you have Paul talking about God cutting off the Jews from salvation. So you believe Jesus is the Messiah, right? When the Jews saw the Messiah, what did they do? Did they accept him? They rejected him, right? Now that rejection, we describe that as cutting them off. Okay? In that one action of cutting them off, there are two things we can notice in God: God's mercy and kindness, and God's severity. Not his wrath, his severity. We don't believe God.
Which you could say is like.
We don't say it's wrath, right? God
So
is.
what? Why are you splitting
We
up then?
believe because we believe that God is impassible, right? Eastern Orthodox believe this as well as Roman Catholics. Like all of
Well,
them
can
believe
you
that God
say
is
his
impassible.
severity is his love?
His
And you
sever-
can, yeah, because like tough love. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So the issue is these are two different things about God that we are understanding by the one action of God's existence. That's because of the simplicity. Okay, so
You can even see that in a human level, like tough love.
Yeah, exactly. But my issue is this, right? The reason why we use the light analogy is only insofar as we can conceive of light in itself. The conception of light in itself does not hold red or purple until it passes through a certain color filter. Now, scientifically,
Only Moses saw the light itself.
you'll have different, I believe it's different wavelengths of the light being understood, right? But I don't think there are papers that talk about red light as a wavelength inside white light itself.
That's the science, but we'll take your
Are you
science.
sure?
Yeah, that is the science.
Could you give me
That's
like
the
a research
GCSE.
paper? Could you give me a research paper?
Bring out SiiiG.
Wait, sorry, you're saying red? Wait, what?
He's saying red. He's saying red light as a wavelength is part of white light.
Look, there is no one
No,
wavelength
hold on.
of white light.
No.
White light is composite. That's the science.
Wait, are you talking about for every color is entailed within the white light? Because that's true.
That's true. We agree with that.
We're talking about science.
You're not saying it
We're
like
talking
that.
about textbook science.
Yeah, but textbook science
Saying
also
there's
says
one wavelength of white light.
yeah, because white travels as one wave, and then when you have a color filter, it separates into different things.
White light travels in a wave.
Yeah,
Why
right.
do we want to know what it is in her?
Splits into different colors.
Why do we need to know what it is in
Enters
her?
a
Red is
prism.
like
Yeah.
40
The
hertz.
prism is what gives
Each
it light.
colour has her.
Yeah.
White light doesn't. It's a composite.
No. There's no.
Yes,
There's
That's
no
the science.
colors. There's no
Yeah,
colors.
that's what we're saying. It's fine. It's not an issue. It's not an issue.
how is this getting back? How does
I don't know.
It doesn't. Because what he was trying to do was he wanted to move away from talking about Islam and his conception to our God, to our conception. Yeah. Because we did the whole thing about it being composite.
I ain't spoken to you yet. John, very nice to meet you, brother.
John, my name is
What's your
SiiiG.
brother?
Thomas, nice
Thomas,
to
very
meet
nice
This
to
is
meet you.
Thomas.
Your
This
name?
is
I haven't seen you before.
his name is Sai, bro.
John, very nice to meet you, brother.
JC, you want to wrap up? Want to wrap up, JC?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Want to wrap up? Okay.
Welcome back, SiiiG.
Hey, listen, I might not be back again.
Why?
I might not be back again. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm going to do other things. You get? But with that being said, we had some discussions as to why Allah can be understood as metaphysically composite. We then talked about divine simplicity in some bit. Oh yeah, by the way, this guy was a very nice guy. Conversation, man. It was alright, man.
There's Sunni Muslims.
Yeah.
There's Sunni Muslims.
Yeah, they're Sunni. Now again, we will talk about these conceptions of God. Go and look at divine simplicity. Again, one thing that all Christians can accept is that God's essence is absolutely simple. I understand that there are many Eastern Orthodox people that watch the content I never knew until now, and they have something as the essence energy distinction. One day I will do a thing on it. Not now. Don't ever do that to me again. You know what I'm saying? As a classical theist, I have my thing. But the Eastern Orthodox also accept that God's essence is absolutely simple, and in God there aren't these distinctions in His essence. Thank you for watching the content, and see ya. Hey. Yeah.